She disrespected my boyfriend for years. I cut ties and stopped funding her lifestyle. Now she's crying and my parents say she's just a baby. I, 30M, live with my longtime partner Logan, 31M. We've been together for 9 years and we both identify as bisexual. We actually knew each other since childhood through mutual friends and ended up reconnecting in our early 20s. At the time, we were both dating women. But relationships with women, while wonderful in some ways, felt too emotionally heavy for us back then. It wasn't about gender, it was about timing. We wanted to focus on building our careers. So we leaned on each other as friends at first, and over time, we realized we had something strong, reliable, and unspoken. It wasn't overly romantic or physical in the beginning, but it was steady, like a deep companionship. Logan's in software and also runs a few faceless tech YouTube channels. I work in finance and run my own faceless finance YouTube too. When we started, our dream was to build wealth and independence, so we both focused hard on our channels and careers. We built something solid together, bought a home, nice cars, and a peaceful life. From the beginning, our relationship was open. We had rules though, no bringing hookups to the house unless it was mutual, like a one-time shared experience, and no attachments. It worked for us. But all of that stability almost crumbled during COVID. And it started with Logan's younger sister, Mia. Mia, 26 now, is the youngest of Logan's siblings, and the golden child. His parents, older siblings, everyone treats her like she's fragile royalty. She's spoiled to a ridiculous level. Logan, being the high earner in the family and single with no kids, got designated as her unofficial bank account. I didn't complain at first, it was his money. But Mia was different. On her 18th birthday, Logan gifted her a Tesla. She threw a tantrum because it wasn't the Mercedes she wanted. At a family event in 2019, she insulted Logan's sister-in-law's nephew, a sweet kid with cerebral palsy, saying he ruined the aesthetics of the wedding photos. That was my first real "I don't like her" moment. I brought it up to Logan. He brushed it off, saying, "She's young, she was just venting to family." He believed she'd grow out of it. I hoped so too. Then COVID hit. Mia didn't want to live with her parents anymore, so she moved in with us. At first, I didn't object. She had always been civil to me. But living with her was a nightmare. She didn't clean, cooked and threw away food she didn't like, never did dishes, walked into our room unannounced, and all while we were both home 24/7. She was going through a breakup too, so she was extra emotional. I bit my tongue for weeks, but it built up. Our relationship was already strained from being cooped up together all day, and Mia made it worse. I finally told Logan she needed to go. At first, he seemed to agree. But a week later, he still hadn't brought it up. When I asked why, he said his other sister, Luna, told him it would break Mia's heart and he should wait. I was angry. But I let it go, because I loved him. Then one day, I asked Mia not to leave dirty dishes on the table. She burst into tears, screamed that I was being cruel, and that I had no right to tell her what to do in her brother's house. Logan walked in, hugged her, and told me silently with his eyes to just let it go. I was done. I packed my bag and went to my sister Chloe's house. Logan begged me to stay, but I left anyway. I didn't blame Mia as much as I was heartbroken by Logan's silence. You don't expect your partner to throw punches for you every time, but when they say nothing, it stings deeper. 2 days later, Logan came to Chloe's place and apologized. He said after I left, he saw it clearly. He asked Mia to leave, and when Luna complained, he told her flatly that if she wanted to care for Mia so badly, she could house her herself. His parents picked Mia up the next day. He hugged me and said, "I'll never let this happen again." I believed him. I came back home. He kept his word. She never lived with us again. They reconnected later, sure, but boundaries were drawn. Then came Jay. Jay, now 23M, came into our lives unexpectedly. I met him at a club. He was small, tired-looking, and said he was 22, he was actually 19 at the time. We hooked up once, but something about him stuck with me. He looked exhausted. Not just physically, but spiritually. Like someone barely surviving. We met a few times. He was secretive. I didn't push. But after a few months, I stopped seeing him. Casual hookups weren't meant to go deep. Then one day I got a call from the hospital. Jay had collapsed at work, and he'd listed me as his emergency contact. When I showed up, the doctor told me Jay had severe anemia, malnutrition, and sleep deprivation. Basically, he was in critical condition from neglect and stress. I asked him why he gave my number. He just said, "I didn't have anyone else." Turns out Jay was the son of a white mother and an Indian father. His parents split when he was very young. He barely knew his mom, and his dad remarried and had 2 more kids. At 17, his father found out he was gay and kicked him out. He dropped out of high school, worked at a restaurant, and barely survived. His only real friend, Mary, was out of state at the time. After hearing that, I gave him some money and dropped him off at his place, a depressing, filthy shoebox apartment. I couldn't stop thinking about him. I told Logan everything and asked if we could let him stay for a few weeks. Logan agreed, with 2 rules, no romantic entanglement, and only until Mary came back. Jay moved in. He was reluctant at first, but we convinced him he needed care. I took him to every doctor visit. Logan stayed distant for a while, but slowly Jay melted his heart too. Weeks turned into months. By the time Mary came back, Logan said, he can stay longer if he wants. 6 months in, Jay wasn't just healthy, he was happy. He laughed more. Ate properly. We spoiled him, sure, but he never asked for anything. On his 20th birthday, we tried to buy him a car. He refused. Said he didn't want to owe us anything. And somehow, our bond with him grew. We never meant to fall in love with him. It just happened. We stopped seeing other people. Jay was it for us. He brought something we didn't know we needed, gentleness, warmth, and this quiet kind of resilience that made both of us want to be better men. Eventually, Jay met my family. They loved him. My parents and sister Chloe welcomed him warmly. Logan's family took more time. We hesitated to bring Jay around. When we finally did, his niece Evelyn adored Jay instantly. But Mia? She stayed true to form. At a dinner, Logan's family gossiped about a distant cousin marrying a 60-year-old. Mia looked Jay dead in the eye and said, just like Jay. After all, both are with someone for money. Jay didn't say a word. But that night, he had a full-blown anxiety attack. We rushed him to the ER. He cried in my arms, saying he didn't want to be a burden. Logan, furious, slowly cut back financial help to Mia. That incident shifted Logan's view of Mia forever. He began distancing from her. Fewer phone calls. Less money. Fast forward to Jay's 21st birthday. We threw a small party, just close friends and family who truly cared for him. Gave him a beautiful electric blue Tesla Model 3. Mia found out and lost it. She'd previously asked Logan for money for a girls' trip. He refused. When she found out about Jay's car, she exploded. She accused Logan of abandoning his own blood for a boy toy. Then she started posting cryptic stuff on social media. Funny how blood forgets you when someone new comes along, used and discarded like garbage, etc. Logan ignored it. Then she got engaged. Sent me and Jay long texts asking us to come to the engagement party, said she wanted to start fresh. I decided to go, thinking, maybe she really has changed. At the party, she was overly sweet. Said she was excited for the future, asked where Jay was. I thought, okay, this might be real. Everything was going well until Logan's niece Evelyn turned 10. Evelyn absolutely adored Jay. To her, he was like a real-life Disney prince. She insisted he be there for her birthday, saying it wouldn't feel right without him. Logan, unfortunately, couldn't make it because of a sudden deadline on one of his tech projects, so Jay and I went on our own. We arrived with gifts, and Jay looked healthier than ever. His cheeks had color again, his eyes weren't as sunken, and he'd even styled his hair the way Evelyn liked. Logan had helped him pick out a smart outfit for the party, and Evelyn squealed when she saw him. Everything seemed normal at first. Logan's mom greeted us with a polite smile. Luna hugged Jay tightly. Evelyn couldn't stop jumping around him. But then Mia walked in with her fiancé. There was a subtle shift in the energy of the room, one of those moments you feel more than see. I was on my phone a few feet away, and Jay was crouched down talking to Evelyn about a game she'd gotten as a present. Mia sauntered over with her fiancé, looked at Jay with this smug grin, and said loud enough for the nearby adults to hear. "Babe, this is the boy toy my brother and his boyfriend have. You remember I talked about him, right?" Then she turned to Jay and added with a smirk. "Jay, meet my fiancé. I guess you already knew about him." Time froze. Logan's mom looked stunned, Luna turned red and mumbled something, and Luna's sister-in-law pulled Evelyn away as she overheard and asked, "What's a boy toy, mommy?" Jay stood up slowly. His face didn't flinch, but I could see his hands trembling. He said nothing. Just smiled politely and excused himself to the backyard. I followed him immediately. When I reached him, he was standing by the side fence, looking like he might throw up. I put a hand on his shoulder, but he just whispered, "I should have never come. I should have known better." His voice cracked, but he held back tears. We left the party quietly. On the ride home, Jay didn't say a word. He sat in the back seat, head against the window, fingers tapping nervously on his knee. Logan came home about 30 minutes later. Luna had already called him to explain what happened, but he wanted to hear it from us. That night, I was so angry I didn't even hide it. For the first time in years, I gave him an ultimatum, her or us. You decide. Because if you let her insult Jay like that again and stay silent, I swear I will walk away, and I mean it this time. Logan didn't argue. He looked me in the eyes and said, I already chose. I choose you and Jay. I'm done with her. I've never seen him that serious. What happened next felt like something out of a drama series, except it was very, painfully real. That night, Logan canceled the payments he had planned for Mia's wedding. For context, he was supposed to cover her $10,000 wedding dress, the down payment on her and her fiancé's first home, and an elaborate honeymoon in Europe. The princess treatment, basically. But he called the dress boutique first and told them not to charge his card. He canceled the honeymoon package he'd already paid a deposit for. And he emailed her that night. The message was long, but he was brutally honest. Mia, I've tolerated your disrespect for far too long. I excused it, enabled it, and defended it even when it hurt the people I love. But not anymore. Jay didn't replace you. Your behavior did. You made him feel small and unwanted again and again, and I stood by silently. I won't anymore. I'm no longer funding your wedding or honeymoon. I won't be attending. You made your choices, now I'm making mine. The next day, Mia called Logan. He didn't answer. So she sent a 3-page-long email. It was manipulative, heartbreaking, and, honestly, desperate. She said she didn't realize her words would hurt so much, that she was just jealous because Jay got more attention than her. She said she always assumed Jay would be around for a few months and then disappear like Logan's other flings, but he stayed. And the more Jay became family, the more Mia felt pushed out. She wrote, I miss being your baby. It feels like you don't need me anymore. I know I acted out, but I didn't think it would cost me you. Logan read it. And then, he blocked her number. No reply. That week, his mother called. First, she tried to be soft. She said she understood Mia had crossed the line but begged Logan to see that she was just hurt. She said Mia had always been the baby, and Jay coming into our lives so deeply triggered something in her. That she didn't know how to process not being the center of Logan's world anymore. She's just a little girl who's afraid of being left behind, she said. Logan didn't budge. She's 26, Mom. Jay is 23. He's been through hell and never made anyone feel like shit for it. Then Luna called. For once, it wasn't about defending Mia. She said their mom had been pressuring her to convince Logan to make peace and send the money. But Luna surprised us, she said. I think you're doing the right thing. We all enabled her. I did too. But you're the first one who finally said no. Maybe she needs that now more than ever. It was the first time Logan didn't feel alone in the family. But then, Mia called me. It was the Monday she was supposed to receive $15,000 from Logan for the final wedding expenses. She didn't. She still believed Logan was just mad and would eventually send the money anyway. When it didn't arrive, she called me. She sounded oddly polite at first. She asked if I could talk to Logan, maybe convince him to at least pay for the dress. She said, come on, Oliver. I know I said stupid stuff, but I didn't mean it like that. You guys can't be this sensitive. I told her flat out, I'm not going to ask Logan to give you anything. And if he does, I won't stay with him anymore. She snapped. Now I get it. You're the reason my brother's ignoring me. You brainwashed him. You always hated me. I didn't even deny it. You're right, I said. I do hate you now. Because you hurt the person I love the most and never even had the decency to apologize. Later that night, Logan's mom tried calling me too. I didn't answer. Instead, Logan sent her an email. Mom, I love you. But this has gone far enough. Mia needs consequences for her actions. This isn't about replacing her. This is about protecting Jay. About protecting the peace I've built with Oliver. You may not see it, but Mia's behavior is not harmless anymore. It's abusive. And I won't be a part of it. Please don't call Oliver again. He's not the villain here. The next morning, Logan booked us a 3-week vacation in Europe, starting the same weekend as Mia's wedding. That afternoon, I got a text from his mom. You've broken our family. I hope you're proud. And here I am now, writing this. Wondering if I did the right thing. Jay is doing better now, but that incident after Evelyn's birthday took a toll on his mental health. That night, he had a panic attack so severe we had to rush him to the ER. He couldn't breathe. The doctor said it was severe anxiety with symptoms made worse by prior malnutrition and untreated chronic stress. Logan and I were both terrified. We made a pact that night, no more toxic people, no more tolerating disrespect, not even from family. Since then, Jay has bloomed. He's healthier, happier, and he's brought more light into our lives than we ever imagined. After he came into our life, Logan and I stopped seeing other people completely. He wasn't just our third. He became our home. He brought a kind of light we didn't know we needed, cooking dinner while humming old Hindi songs, falling asleep on the couch with his head on my lap, or listening to Logan ramble about tech trends like it was a podcast. My parents and sister welcomed him with open arms. They adore him. Even Logan's dad and Luna stood by us. Evelyn still calls him her best buddy. And for the first time, our home feels complete.